Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the accounting for accounts payable. Now, accounts payable is one of several current liabilities that a company typically has on its balance sheet. Current liabilities specifically are obligations that a company expects to fulfill within the longer of 1 year or one operating cycle. So generally in, say, an introductory course, we just eliminate the operating cycle piece of this. We just say, hey, you're going to pay your liabilities within a year. That's what classifies you as current, okay? Current liabilities include accounts payable, current portions of note payables, several other miscellaneous payables, as well as unearned revenues. We're going to focus this video on strictly accounts payable. So what exactly is an account payable? Well, it's an agreement between a supplier and a customer. For the customer, in this case, you, if you're the one recording the account payable, to pay a certain amount of money as consideration for some sort of economic transaction. So supplier provides something to you. Maybe it's an object, maybe it's a service. You agree to pay them. You're not paying them on the spot. You agree to pay them later. This is usually a current liability. Most supplier-customer relationships do not allow for payment plans that go beyond 1 year. And it requires 2 journal entries. Basically, the day that the transaction occurs, at which point you establish the account payable, and then a subsequent date when, after receiving an invoice from your supplier, you then pay off that payable, including any discounts that you might be receiving. So here's an example. On November 1st, FlyerCorp purchased $10,000 worth of supplies on account, and there are some payment terms there. Those payment terms establish potential discounts. On November 10th, FlyerCorp paid for the supplies it purchased in full. Record the journal entries for FlyerCorp's purchase and payment of the supplies. So remember, the transaction originally occurred on November 1st. So on November 1st, we are buying $10,000 worth of supplies. So debit supplies, 10,000, and we are buying them on account. So that's what establishes the account payable, 10,000. Notice I did mention that there are some discount terms in here. However, discount terms don't take effect until the time of payment. So this is all we need on November 1st. Let's fast forward now to November 10th. It says that FlyerCorp pays for the supplies it purchased in full. So we owe $10,000. If we are paying that off at this time, that liability is going to go away. So debit accounts payable, $10,000. However, here's where we have to consider whether or not we were in the discount window. In this case, we paid on November 10th. We bought on November 1st, so it's 9 days later. The payment terms allowed a 1% discount if paid within 10 days. So we are within the discount window. So we're going to get to take a 1% discount on this purchase. Do a little math off to the side here. If we owe $10,000, we're allowed to take 1% of that. That comes out to $100. So that's going to be our discount. And therefore, now in our journal entry, the cash that we pay to pay off this payable will only be $9,900. The discount that we receive actually reduces the value of the supplies we have on hand. If you're familiar with inventory accounting, this is very similar to how we would account for inventory, where we lower the value to reflect the actual cash paid. So even though our supply quantity hasn't changed, the value of those supplies is lower because we paid less cash for them. And this is it. This is how you account for the payable, both initializing the payable and then ultimately paying off the payable, taking into consideration any discounts that may occur along the way. All right, that's it for accounts payable. I hope you found this helpful, and I hope you join me for another video.